So when I say good morning, I'd like you to give it back to me, energy for energy, strength for strength. Is that okay? The principal has already said that I will share money, but I'm here to share something that is worth that money. Good morning, students. That actually means you understand me well. My name is Okori David, and I am very privileged to be standing with you here this morning. And I first of all would like to appreciate the school management for this wonderful opportunity. Can you hear me? Good. I just want to share a story with you. So I just want to share a story with you. And the objective of this story is perhaps along the line of this story that someone who is here, who might be at the back end of the class, who might be a poor performing student, who might be the carrier of the class, could hear this thing and awaken. That's just the objective of this story. What is this story about? This story is about a young boy who lived in the eastern part of Nigeria. And this boy was a very poor performing student. When I mean poor performing student, what you call practically olodo in Yoruba. This is what this guy is. So, all through his primary school to secondary school, he was a very poor performing student. He was what? Great. You people are well taught. When you respond back to me, that means you understand what I'm saying. Right? So he was a very poor performing student. His father never saw his results from GS1 to GS3. And the reason it's not far-fetched, because he's usually coming out of 38th position out of 43 people. You can imagine the shame. Who will have such a courage to present a result as such? I mean, in a classroom of 43 people, in a classroom of 43 students, you are coming 38. Who could not carry the class for head now? But then there is something that is done in the school, and that is if you are in GS3, I don't know whether you guys do it here, but if you are in GS3, there is something that is called pass and pass in or fail and fail out. I don't know whether you do it. Once you are in GS3, before you take the junior WAEC, that's in my own time. Before you take the junior WAEC, if you pass the class examination, you qualify to take the junior WAEC. But if you do not, then that means you fail out. And when you fail out, it just means one thing. It means that your junior student will become your classmate, and your classmate will become your senior. Yeah. So that was the situation this boy was faced. He failed at GS3 because he was always coming last. So when he failed at GS3 and he knew that he was about to repeat the same class, he was crying profusely. He was crying bitterly. There was nobody to encourage him. There was nobody to first say, "Beat up, you have a second chance." But while he was crying, there was a teacher who was doing a random routine check at the school, and then the teacher met him while he was crying behind the porch or behind the door. And the teacher asked him, "Why are you crying?" Of course, there is no need to ask because the result shows the boy has failed, and that means the boy is going to repeat GS3. His junior class is going to be his classmate, and his senior and his classmate are going to be his senior. Do you know what it means in those days that your classmate will see you on the road and say, "Kneel down," or "Go and buy this for me"? That is the implication. So whilst he was crying, the teacher picked him up and looked into his face and said, "Although you failed, you are going to repeat class, but you have a hope." What was that hope? They said, "You have a chance of skipping class if you do better." Do you understand me? So that was the only window of opportunity this guy heard. And then he wiped away his tears and faced his shame with dignity. What did he do? He started burning the night candle. He started reading hard. He started